October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month in Blair County, a topic that has been circulating national headlines, but domestic violence was an issue brought up in Altoona decades ago.
It resulted in a domestic violence shelter being opened in the 80s. Melanie Gillespie has more on how that shelter got started and the women behind the movement. Mel?
Jen and Marty, according to the National Coalition Against Domestic Violence, a woman falls victim to domestic violence every 9 seconds in the United States. It was a handful of women in the 80s who started the movement to fight against domestic violence in Blair County.
And then they said about they weren't allowed to do anything. They were hit in this. And they said, I know that we can talk to you because it seems like you know a lot. Well, I don't know a lot in that department, but I'm going to find out.
It was the words that would change Jeannie Green's life forever.
I know now what my job is in life. I really know where I'm going. I'm going to do something for you, and I'm going to leave that something behind of value for me.
In the 60s, she worked at night selling jewelry at parties, and it was her personable demeanor and outgoing character that caught the attention and the ear of women fighting a battle of their own.
Would you think that the women need a chance to be free and like the life you're enjoying? She said, well, if they just listen, they wouldn't get hit. I said, I don't understand this kind of talk.
But over the next few decades, Jeannie would know that talk all too well and took her fight to the Capitol.
I need someone to help me. I need women. We have to go down to Harrisburg, get some money. We need a shelter for you to go to with the children.
Jeannie fought to get people to recognize that. She fought with legislators, and she walked around the community and listened to people and got their opinions and garnished support for this program.
Jeannie became one of the pioneers against domestic violence in Blair County, spearheading a movement to protect women and their children from abusive relationships, finding a safe haven with the domestic violence shelter in Altoona that opened its doors in 1983 and still stands today.
Because I could see those beds coming in. They started to come in. Curtains started to come in. Sheets started to come in. Dishes started to come in. Can you use this? Can you get someone to pick this up? We got the people. It all fell into place. People really wanted to help, but I was so happy.
Jeannie got help from the YWCA and people like Jackie Sutton of Family Services and former Blair County Commissioner Donna Gority to get the push she needed.
And it was really a wonderful collaboration of everybody coming together, bringing their strengths, bringing their passions, and being able to move it forward.
I was there. I saw how it was going, how people called in, and I was fully satisfied, and I talked to the women. They were so happy they couldn't believe they were free.
The shelter has seen thousands of women over the years.
We have never not needed a shelter here in Blair County. I wish we did. I wish, I didn't have to have this job, but we continue to see women and we continue to struggle with domestic violence here.
So I think lives have been impacted just knowing the shelter was there, people going to the shelter.
With domestic violence catching national headlines this year, it's a cause that's unfortunately still not going away.
All the stories that we hear and all the tears that are cried, here in this building, all have a greater purpose, and we just play a small role in helping these women kind of move on with the rest of their lives free from abuse.
And it's the stories, the fight in the women, and the freedom that's been the greatest accomplishment of Jeannie Green.
So I found my mission in life. That is what I was there to accomplish, and I'm going to put that at the end of my obituary.
The shelter continues to be a place that provides housing, food, and counseling for women and their children, and still in great need today. Reporting live, Melanie Gillespie, 6 News.